Welcome back. Today we're in the A4-B. I wanted to illustrate the rocket-assisted takeoff that the A4-B has from the carrier, but it turns out in test flight you start on the airfield. So what I'll do, or my plan is, we'll do a touch and go and then swing around for a landing. We'll refit, and then with a full load of bombs, then we'll have a carrier takeoff, assuming that I survive all that. We'll attack some naval targets, and then we'll come back for a carrier landing. It's a nice little sortie, I think. Right, so I want to keep my airspeed up in this case because I don't plan on landing. But I want to be underneath 400 k's now, about 350 kph. I have to keep the nose fairly level as well, because I don't actually want to catch the wire. A bit steep. Oh, a bit hard. Oh, still counts. Alright, so throttle back up, gear up. And we'll sweep around for a second pass and attempted landing. So we'll level out, let the carrier pass us. Once we cross the stern, we'll turn in, and I'll use the rudder to make the turn steeper and bleed some speed at the same time. Gear down, probably a bit early, but good not to forget. Keep the nose high, try and keep the carrier in sight. Alright, and here we go. Throttle's a bit high. Drop that down. Push the nose down. Oh, it's going to be a hard one. We've lost a gear. Throttle up, losing altitude. Ooh, it's going to be close. Gear up. Well, that was almost a fail. But still airborne. We can explain that later. You know, when we suck up to the flight chief. So same maneuver as before, we cross the stern, roll in. We'll come in a bit straighter this time. Now I've lost a gear here, so it's going to be pretty sketchy. So I might actually try and slide it. I might try and knock the gear off and slide into the wire. If that fails, well, that'll make for an interesting mid-video. So come under, throttle up a bit so we don't drop under the bow, the stern. Exactly to plan. Okay. Engine off. And we'll just wait for the repair. Now the rocket assisted takeoff on the A4-B gives you about 100 k's an hour extra of boost, which is perfect for a takeoff, or you can use it in a dogfight to extend your energy and surprise your enemy. It's a favourite tactic of mine in RB, or it used to be. Alright, so engine on. Brakes on. Want to set the throttle at about 50% to put some load on the front wheels. Let the engine warm up. Kick the rudder a little just to straighten up on track. Alright, punch it. Brakes still on. Combat flaps. Boosters. Gear. And we're away. And we've got a nice airspeed. We're fully loaded. As you can see, we're going to lose airspeed in the turn because we are so heavy at the moment. But I had for high nose, so I'll bring it down a bit. Okay, so now we'll take an attack run on the speedboats inside the atoll.
Sortie, what's your status? We're on course, on time, and on target. Everything's fine. How are you?
About 650 kph when we start our attack. I just realized I had my combat flap still on. That's why we weren't gaining speed. Okay, here we go. Drop the throttle now. Drop the air brake just to maintain our same speed in the descent. You want to keep your target in view and roll into them like we do when we land on the carrier. Angle's probably a bit steep here, but it'll work. Drop some bombs.
Attention, approaching target.
And success. Just realized brakes again. These are all just muscle memory things I'll get used to. This is why we train. I'll come around and finish off that other target, and then we'll go down to land at the carrier. Looks like he's stationary. This will make it a bit easier. So point the nose at him. Keep him on target as much as you can, as close as you can, and then drop just as he disappears underneath the nose. Nine times out of 10 that'll work.
You're breaking out. Say again. Reception 4, over.
My lack of camera coordination at the moment doesn't help. I'm going to assume that I killed him. Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. Alright. So I'm going to drop the throttle. We are already pretty low, so we do need to bleed off this speed.
We're getting close.
So we'll just gently cruise in. Let the speed drop off naturally. Get the combat flaps down just to give me a little bit more lift as the speed drops. Now we'll see if we can't make this a clean landing. Come in from a different angle this time. Oh no, the carrier's turning. So we do need to cross over the stern.
Sortie, what's your status? We're on course, on time, and on target. Everything's fine. How are you?
And it'll last moment we do a bit of a rudder kick. Keep the flight deck in view as long as possible. Drop the throttle right down and success. Now I don't know if that was actually a botched landing more so than a glitch. Let's call it a glitch. I hope you've enjoyed this flight. There will be many more as I continue my journey to learning sim in War Thunder. In the future I do plan on sparking up DCS, so stay around for that. It'll be an interesting journey. Until the next transmission, Commander Tyrael, out.